Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report. Sunday, May 4th, 2025. We'll start with the NHL. The St. Louis Winnipeg Jets will play the best game of the playoffs. Usually win the most game on the line for all playoff series. The seventh game tonight, it will be the Winnipeg Jets and the St. Louis Blues. Players to watch out for both teams is Robert Thomas for the Blues and Kyle Cora for the Winnipeg Jets starting lineup. Kyle Connor, forward for the Blues. Pave Provakovich, Robert Thomas, and Jimmy
Snuggerud.
Those are the lineups for the forward. And the two players on defense is Cam Fowler and Justin Falk. Goaltender Jordan Bington. For the Winnipeg Jets projection lineup, Kyle Connor, Vettel, Neestung, Gabriel Villard, defense Josh Morsey and Dylan Demo, goaltender Connor
Hellebuck.
And that's the starting lineup for both teams. Face-off is at 6. The Jets are favored tonight. NBA playoffs, we'll do the first game first. After the Heat got beat by the Cavaliers, average of 30. Round up if you want 31. And a 4-game sweep over the Heat. Cavs will play the Indiana Pacers, who also took 4 in a row. Players to watch out for: Donovan Mitchell and Peso Samuel, averages 20. For the Pacers, Donovan Mitchell averages 24. Pacers are both teams swept the series. Who said game time is at 5 tonight. This will be the second round of the NBA playoffs. The first round will be done today by the Warriors and Rockets, who we'll talk about in a minute. And then it's all on to the second round after tonight. The Cleveland Rock and Houston Rockets will play for it all in Game 7. We've had some Game 7s, some quite significant Game 7s this year in both the hockey and the NBA. Cleveland Cavaliers, players to watch out for, of course, Stephon Curry and Jalen Green. Now the starting lineups: point guard Stephon Curry, shooting guard Mose Moody, shooting forward Brandon Podimski, Jimmy Butler, Damian Green. For the Houston Rockets, Freddie VanVleet, shooting guard Jalen Green, shooting forward Dylan Brooks, Amen Thomas, and
Alperen Sengun.
That guy. Players to watch out for tonight's games are Stephon Curry and Jalen Green. Game time is at 7:30. Rockets are favored by 2. Same channel for both NBA games. The Kansas City Royals play the Oilers at 12:35. We'll give you an update in the podcast. Amazon Package Plus, also on FanDuel if you don't have made MLB Network. Royals will have Michael Lorenzo on the mound, and Kyle Gibson will go for the Oilers. The Kansas City Royals will play the Orioles, 12:35 MLB Network, and on Amazon Plus package, Royals will have Michael Lorenzo on the mound. Meanwhile, the Orioles will have Kyle Gibson on the mound. Game time 12:35 again. St. Louis Cardinals play New York Mets in 1 game and 2 games. The Cardinals lost Game 1. Game 2 was rained out, hence the doubleheader. Eric Freddie will go for the Cardinals, and Blade Tidwell will go for the Mets, 12:15. In the second game, Tyler McGill will go for the Mets, and Andre Plater will go for the Cardinals. The Cubs play the Brewers today. Shota Imega will go for the Cubs, and Freddie Peralta will go for the Brewers. The Cubs took the first 2. Game time 110. And now on the baseball ratings done from April. Bueller is 4-1. Rookie second baseman Christine Campbell already looks like an all-star. Lucas Giolito, last year's newcomer who missed the season with Tommy John surgery, is just returned to make his first start. Red Sox uniform, pitched well on Wednesday before giving up 2 home runs in the 6th inning, one on a caveat. The Red Sox had been the easiest schedule with the majors in April, base reference, including a 7-game against the White Sox. They only went 4-3 against them. However, they didn't do well against the bad teams. So the good teams are supposed to beat up on the bad team. Houston Astros, B-. The Astros shouldn't be over 500, but yet they are. Yordan Alvarez has delivered his usual sub-power value. Christian Walker hasn't hit much. Ozil Valcher is fielding, remains the second strength third division in recent years with a 400 ERA. If you're driving around, please don't rev your engine. It's very annoying. It drives me crazy. Side note, sorry. Fomar Valdez is a 1-3 with a 4.000. Spedic Adject got hurt to start the season, finding a way. Mr. Brown has been pitching, and the AL bullpen has been clutch every time. Jake Myers making his outstanding play in center field. Heck, Lance McCullers will even make his first start since 2022 World Series. This weekend, the Astros haven't had a losing record in the full season since 2014. Wouldn't be surprised to see them capture an 8th straight non-COVID AL West title. Cleveland Guardians, a B-. They're over 500 wins and losses. It matters, and are probably the luckiest to be where they're at in the standings. Emmanuel Clares is a guy to be really scared of. He throws the ball 100 miles an hour, over 100 miles an hour, close to 104 sometimes. Although he is amusing, class figures to things out in the bullpen, should remain the strength of the ball club. They're hoping Shane Bieber returns around the All-Star break. The Guardians are better than the White Sox, but let's see what happens in their play in May and their tough schedule. Cincinnati Reds, this is a great hire until the double header. This lost to St. Louis on Wednesday, 6-0, 9-1. They did get the split though of the series, including a 24-2 win. Orioles, the big positive have been the rotation: Hunter Green, Nick London, Brady Singer, while the big negatives have been several positions, players not producing at the plate. The decline of former All-Star Alex Dez. Jimlin scored back-to-back was probably there. It's time to just move on and let Novo Marte play with play third base. Cincinnati will need Mac McLean and Spencer starting hitting, and I'm not convinced they're a playoff caliber team. The Reds might need a best bet NL Central to challenge with the Cubs if they manage to. Trey Francona can sort something through the roster and figure it out. The Reds get a C+.